together for a long time. They know what to do. We have a place to go. We have person to go. We just dropped that play and they executed well. Actually, we didn't get anything out of that play, to be quite honest. They just, as we did in New York, they just spread out and find a wide open person and knock it down. So what I'm trying to say is we're not doing anything last minute things unless if it's extraordinary situation. We know what to do. And we try to honor our coach, and we did the same thing.
One of the things you're talking about this team, the fact that they don't panic. They didn't seem to panic in that situation. How does that help because of their experience?
Yeah. I mean, look how many games it's been like this and ending like this, you know. We won a couple buzzer beater shots, and I mean, this team is, hell of an experience, man. I wish I have a team one day like this. So I mean, this makes jobs easier.
How you doing, Coach Stephen Gardner from Minnesota Sports? Talk about how the key additions in Emma Meeseman and Rebecca Gardner, how they help you guys just up the level of value offensively and defensively.
Well, I think as a coaching staff, we all together did a great job recruiting players from all around the world. I think we're trying to bring the best here. Starters, reserve, whichever the players are, like they doing their job is great, you know, and they helping us tremendously. So,
and then speaking to you guys, consistent clutch play. So Courtney Vandersloot seems to be in the middle of everything, whether she starts with the ball and initiates, or the ball just kind of naturally gravitates to her.
Uh-huh.
Do you think that's something that she just has a nose for it, or do the players just have an uncanny way of just finding her when they need it most?
The one thing about this team is they play unselfish basketball. They're sharing the ball. They're finding the wide open player. I think that makes us, you know, unguardable almost, because we play for each other. Nothing special for Courtney, nothing special for other player. As I said, we have a player to go at the last second, which we draw up a play for Ellie, which we did differently in New York, but end up sharing the ball and finding the wide open shots, and we knocking down the shots. So, yeah.
You guys talk a lot about the value of players 1 through 11, and tonight you were without your finals MVP and pull out the win. What kind of confidence does this give this team in that, you know, that identity of 1 through 11 being so valuable when you are without one of your star players and you're still able to pull out a dominant win?
What kind of confidence it gives us? I mean, it's just, you know, it speaks itself. I mean, I don't know. You've been asking tough questions to me, guys. Just, I mean, as I said, we have great players. We have great players, and they know how to make a play, and they do. I mean, we don't have to do extraordinary things. We just keep it simple, and these players find each other and they play for each other, and they did. I mean, they got me all wet after winning. We celebrate everything. We celebrate Coaches 100 wins. We celebrate first time ends and Waters scouting. First time my W. I mean, we're just playing collective and unselfish basketball, and we just family here. So I think everything just solves itself.
Last question, please.
Coach, just going back to the small lineups that you were hesitant about, what was your hesitancy, and what ultimately, I mean, you talked about the players urging you to go with those smaller lineups. I mean, what were they saying to you, and then, how do they win you over?
Well, as I said, I'm not making the things out of nowhere. So we have a plans to go. All right, we've been taking people out early. We've been subbing early, and I just couldn't do it. I mean, that's as simple as this. I just couldn't do it. I should have gone earlier. I should have played more like less minutes with starters to give them more power or more, you know, like just to give fresh legs at the end of the game. I was thinking about it before the game, but I didn't, and I couldn't. So end up winning. So, yeah.
All right, thanks, Coach. All right, go ahead and start with in-person questions, then we'll hop to Zoom.
My first one is, or my question is for you, Courtney, about Sylvia. What is it like to have her back? You know, obviously she's retiring this year, and her last regular season game. What were your thoughts giving her a hug before the game started?
It was just such a surreal feeling because she really took care of me when I was here. She did her best to make me feel welcome and comfortable and always had my back, even when things weren't that smooth for me personally, and she's just a special individual. She's one of the best to ever play the game, but also, anything you hear, it's just how sweet Sylvia is, how team first she is. So, to have her back, the gift was awesome. It looked perfect, her, and it was just, it's just so cool. So yeah, I wish Sylvia the best. I wish I could have played a few more years with her, honestly. But she's incredible and had amazing career. So.
And can you speak to the foundation she helped lay here in those early years?
Yeah. She was one of the originals when I was here, and she was young. And she was all about winning. Her intensity taught me a lot. She just wanted to win at all costs. And I think that's what makes her really, really special, is that she'll do anything for the team, anything to win, and everywhere she goes, she wins. So, she'll continue that after her career. She has such, she's just so much more than a basketball player. But yeah, she definitely laid the foundation here, and we were able to grow from that.
Julie, you had your best game of the season so far. I mean, how do you feel like you're coming along in the offense? Like, do you feel more comfortable in it now that you've had a few games under your belt?
Yeah, for sure. It was complicated for me the season overseas. I had a really hard season, so I knew that I will need some time to adjust. But it's so, when you have Sloot as an example, it's amazing, and it's also easy. Like, she shows me the way to play, because I think we're the kind of same player, and so it helps me a lot. I'm watching her when she starts the game. I'm watching her what she does in defense, offense, and I'm trying to do the same. And for me, I just want to help the team, and I want the team to feel comfortable when I'm also on the court and when Sloot is on the bench. That's really my goal this season.
Courtney, what was going through your mind in the waning seconds of the game where you hit that buzzer beater? It looked like the play was broken up at the end.
I think, the play, I kind of bobbled it, got a little broken. And so, at that point I was just, we got to get a shot up, give us a chance to win the game. I was fortunate that went in.
I understand after the game, there was a celebration with your coach. What was it like?
Oh, awesome. For Emery to step in and be a head coach, on such short notice, and for us to get the win for him, he worked so hard, and this was his scout. So, this is obviously a little important game to him. And so for him to be able to coach us and for us to get that win, it's special.
How different not having James there, not having Ka there. And so things were different.
Yeah. Whenever you lose somebody, especially your head coach and one of your energy players, obviously Ka's huge for us emotionally. It's different. And I think we felt it probably throughout the game. But we have a lot of people on this roster that can do a lot of things. And like I said, Emery really stepped up in James's absence. But we're just happy to get this win, and it was definitely a team win. So that's important.
Hey, Courtney.
Hi.
So you typically obviously initiate offense, especially in the clutch, but a lot of times when you give it up, it kind of always finds its way back to you to take a meaningful shot or make a meaningful play. So talk to me about how the team just naturally moves the ball in clutch moments versus going to one specific player for a specific bucket at any given time.
Yeah, I think that we have a trust in each other. My teammates trust in me to make a play, and especially down in the clutch. You usually see me or Candace involved, but we have a lot of pieces out there. So it makes it, I don't want to say easy, but it makes it, I don't know another word, I guess. But we have a lot going for us, and we have a lot of playmakers and players that can make big plays. So, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get shots on goal. And we trust in the work, and we trust in what we what we do and how we set it up.
And for Julie, so great game today.
Thank you.
So you guys have a similar style of play, but we would probably say your pace is a little quicker than Courtney's at this point.
How old are you?
This way-
25.
Yeah, a little.
That's a difference.
So talk about how, especially when you share the floor with Dana and Rebecca, and you guys get a lot of stops on defense and flip and go back on offense. Just talk about how that pace change opens up the floor and kind of gives the team almost a completely different look and philosophy.
Yeah, you know, when you came from the bench, you know that you need a lot of energy, like to give to, and like this, the stars can rest too, you know. So just I don't want to think when I'm on the court. I just want to give what I can. I just, like with Dana, we like to put a lot of pressure, and like the coach said, like just run and don't think, like you don't always have to organize, just run the floor and just get easy shots. But yeah, I'm not really I try to not think a lot and just give my best.
Last one, we'll go to Michelle Vopel on Zoom. Michelle from ESPN.
Excuse me, Courtney, this is for you. Just if you look at this past week, what you guys were able to do, the biggest comeback in WNBA history in Vegas, Candace gets a triple-double, you win this game today. I know you tend to not want to, get too high or too low, but how big a week was this for you guys to win games that were this sort of emotional?
I think this was a huge week for us. I think it really showed what we're capable of, that we're always in a game and that we can finish tight ones. Of course, we're not stoked in how we let them back in the game. I think we had a 10-point lead and kind of let them back into it. We don't want to play that way. But we're able to make plays. We're able to do what it takes to win games. And I think that's more important, is that we can take lessons from these. We can learn and grow from what we did wrong while still winning. But yeah, I think it really showed our identity in this last week, is with able to pull off some of these wins.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, ladies.